So we left off last time um immediately after defeating Ebrietas. So we have a little bit of stuff to do. If you were watching that portion or that chapter of my adventure, you may recall that I made reference to something in the back of that chamber, the altar of despair. I did not look at that at the end of last episode because I don't know if anyone was there to actually see it, and I wanted to do it, have that be its own thing rather than get shoved into the condensed Ebrietas episode. Yeah, I'm always thinking about the audience. I do it for y'all. So I left that for today, essentially. So let's dive right in there. There we go. Hey, Jackie. Yeah, Altar of Despair. There we go. Let's get right in there. Yeah, we got a little. Yeah, so there's a little bit of stuff to look at in here, and then we'll head back to Yargul. Oh, look at that bloodstain. Is this going to be 0? Yes, I think so. All right, so yeah, this is the big chamber. Let's just take a quick look around here, apprise this area. We've seen all manner of kind of weird statues all over Yarnum. It looks like there's quite an accumulation of these odd statues down here. For the most part, this looks like a weird cavern, but there are these strange columns here. We also know that this is below the Britlin. Yeah. Oh, thank you. This is my lounging shirt. And Emily, hi. Keep in mind that this is directly below essentially the Grand Cathedral. So this is not just like some random cavern. This is like a secret chamber beneath the Grand Cathedral. The whole time at the rear of this chamber, so the entrance is over there. At the rear of the chamber is does it look on my screen? It looks really dark in this chamber. Can you all see what's going on in here? Or should I boost the gamma a little bit? Let me know, guys. Does it look okay? Can you actually see what's happening in this area on the screen? Kinda. Let me see if I can boost the gamma just a tiny bit. Maybe. Because I do want you all to be able to see what's kind of going on in here. We're doing it live, folks. I want to say nope, that's not it. This might need to wait until I can actually figure out how to do this, unfortunately. I wonder if I can change this in the game, actually. Brightness, here we go. Yeah, let's just crank that up a little bit. This will look a little bright for me, but hopefully it'll look a little bit better for y'all. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. This little area, this shining little area has been back here the whole time, but we haven't had a chance to look at it because we've been getting attacked by an elder god or whatever. So let's see what we got back here. I don't know about y'all, but that kind of reminds me of Rom, the vacuous spider, the so-called vacuous spider. Especially this little area right here, this little choppy cylindrical mouth area, in addition to all the eyes and the legs and everything. Looks a lot like looks quite reminiscent of Rom the vacuous spider. In addition to which, we've got all these little glowing flowers all over the place, which those remind me, at least, of some of the more like less glowing, more wilted, or like more I think they're like flower buds in the area where we fought the celestial emissary, but otherwise look kind of reminiscent. Yeah, Emily, this is the Ebrietas arena. Yeah, altar of despair is the phrase you were looking for. Let's look at these notes. Reminiscent of Queen. That'll make more sense in a second here. So yeah, we've got an interesting Rom-like creature or corpse here. What does this say? Reminiscent of yeah, okay. Again, that'll make sense in a second. And we've also got more of these like weird flowers. And keep in mind that when we fought Ebrietas, or rather before we fought Ebrietas, when we entered, she was over here somewhere, facing the rear of the chamber. So she was facing this when we walked in here and attacked her. She didn't fight back until we Shrine of Sadness, but cooler. Yep. Nail on the head. Yeah. So she was facing this. So this is one of those things that like I can't tell you what this means. I can only show it to you. I've shown you the context of this thing. I can point out the things that, you know, various objects over here remind me of. I can't actually tell you what this means. This is one of those things that like I'm sure the YouTube lore hunters have some explanation for this. I don't. There's some obvious things about this that, you know, connect to other things, but I'm not sure I have a real good explanation of what all this means. It is really interesting. There's a lot of things it could mean. What I really mean is there's a lot of things. Sawyer's got it all figured out. There's a lot of things it could mean. I don't know exactly what it means. Emily, if you have your own interpretation, feel free to share. But that's kind of where I land on this, is like there's a lot of things it could mean. I don't really know. So we also can walk up to this. There's an inspect prompt. Let's see what that does. I can either do nothing or offer flesh to altar. Well, I certainly didn't come all the way down here to do nothing. So time flows in reverse for this scrap of flesh. Okay. Emily's in a similar plate. Yeah. So this is like one of the most you know, it's interesting because it's so. Yes, that is what you do. Yeah, Emily, you're ahead of the curve. This is one of the things in this game that is like overflowing with potential meaning that the game does not define for you at all. You've just gotta, it leaves you to your own devices. So yes, Emily is a step ahead of probably you know, anyone who's seeing this for the first time. If you don't know what just happened, then the series of prompts and messages we just received probably makes no sense whatsoever, because you're not asked for a specific item by any means, and the message is not clear what exactly just happened. But you may recall many weeks ago at this point, at the end of Forbidden Castle or Forsaken Castle Canehurst, after we gave the invitation to what's his name? That church hunter or whatever, the guy who wanted to finish off the Vile Bloods. I forget his name. Many moons ago. Yeah. Thank you, sir. We went back to the throne room, the secret throne room, and he had pulverized the Vile Blood Queen, leaving still living, but just scraps of flesh. And we took a scrap of that flesh. And what is not totally, clarified here is that we just placed that scrap, Annalise, yeah. We just placed that scrap of flesh on the altar of despair. And the message we received was, time flows in reverse, or whatever it was, for this scrap of flesh. So somehow this altar of despair thing, reversed the course of time or something. Yeah, I think Alfred, Emily, yeah. Reversed the course of time or something. Which further raises the question, if I just return here for a second. If it reversed the flow of time for that scrap of flesh, why, one of two questions. One, why didn't it for this Rom-like creature here? Or did it? Did it already? And maybe somehow that produced Rom? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. This is one of, in my mind, one of the big kind of unanswered questions in this game. We know that the Altar of Despair has some power over time, or the links of causality or something. What does that mean, and what does that mean in reference to the other things in that chamber? I honestly don't know. Let's go back to, where is the Vile Blood Queen's chamber? There we go. Oh, you didn't know about this, Emily? Yeah. Yep, that is the, as far as I know, the one item that you can use on that, on the Altar of Despair. Emily says, my inclination re the shrine is that it's devoted to Cosmos Ebrietas' parent. Yeah. That feels, yeah, something in that, along those lines. Yeah. And look who we have here. Last time we saw her, she was literally smeared across the floor. And here she is. Let's see if she has anything to say.
We shall not give audience to an ill-mannered beast. Get thee gone. We shall not get thee gone.
Can I kneel? Will you say more?
Moon-scented hunter. I am Annalise, Queen of Castle Canehurst. Ruler of the Vile Bloods, and sworn enemy of the Church. Yet our people are murdered, and we are prisoners.
I think we already heard this. I don't think she has.
What is it thou art in search of?
She may not have any additional dialogue. No, yeah. Unfortunately, that is the one thing. Is it for whatever reason, just returns her to her kind of imprisoned state. Yeah. I also wish that this was an out for her. But no. She apparently doesn't even have any. I thought I remembered her having some new dialogue. I guess not. She's just, and maybe she doesn't even remember what happened to her, which would make sense given the time flows in reverse thing. But yeah, she's back. So yeah, Emily, now I understand why you were upset that that I gave Alfred or whoever the invitation, which ends, or results in her getting turned into mush. Yeah, there is a way to bring her back on the Altar of Despair. So there you go. Yeah. And again, as far as I know, that's the only, her queenly flesh is the only thing you can use in that way. So, which raises more questions, like, is the fact that you can do that a side effect of her seeming immortality? Even because, like I said, even after she's been turned to mush, her flesh still seems alive. Her flesh is still like quivering and moving. It's just that she's been reduced to, a pile of, shredded muscle and viscera or whatever. So is the fact that she's still in some form alive the reason that you can use the Altar of Despair in that way in the first place? Or could you theoretically bring anybody back, and for whatever reason you just only do it with Queen Annalise? I think if I were forced to make a call on that, I think Queen Annalise's kind of eternal nature plays a significant part in why you can even interact with the Altar of Despair in that way. But again, there are no answers provided by the game. It's just one of those things that who the hell knows? Yeah. I think this is where we left off, Yargul Chapel. Yeah, I'm not surprised, Emily, even though you're a veteran of this game, that you didn't know about that, because it is truly inscrutable. Like, it's one of those things that you probably wouldn't know that you can do that unless you had read a wiki that told you, or had just happened to do things in the right, quote unquote, right order. Hello. Hi there. God, they really are disgusting. Or had just, again, like, happened to do it in the right order. Because nothing really leads you in that direction from either end. This is Emily. My interpretation of her lack of response is that getting pulverized into goo and brought back is literally so routine to her that she doesn't even feel the need to acknowledge it. Yep. That would also fit. Ooh, oh, wrong button. There we go. God, I pressed square, and I did it again. I pressed square. I'm pressing square now because of goddamn Armored Core 6. Because in Armored Core 6, square is quick boost, which is, not exactly the same, but like roughly equivalent to, dodge roll. Folks, I've been playing a fair bit of Armored Core 6 lately. I don't know if that comes as any surprise to anyone, but I think you want to. Oh wait, no, is this not the? Oh, come on. Wait, where's the bell woman? I thought she was up here. Must be down here. Ah, there you are. Hello. Ooh. Okay, we're good. I figured there had to be something with the mere fact that the queenly flesh exists is your only clue that there is something to do there. Yeah, Emily. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything else in the game that like kind of again points you in that direction. It's one of the more kind of obscure things in the game, I think. Kill in order is effective. Okay. Ah, and here we are, back down here. Anyone who's been following along, this will look pretty familiar. We used to have a lantern right here, but it looks like it's been destroyed. Does this say anything? Time for grief. So this is part of the portion of Yargul that we've actually explored, which is why this door is open over here. We never could open this door over here, which makes sense now because, you know, it connects to a part that, you know, even though it feels like it's in the same kind of like area, it connects to a part of Yargul that we just never visited before. So finally we got to see what's on the other side of that. Now if you spy down here, you can see one guy out in the open. You see another guy creeping over there in the darkness. Can you see him? Faint dark outline in the distance over there. Let me turn the brightness up a little bit more. Oops. There we go. Yeah. See him way in the distance over there? You don't... To be clear, on my screen it's way more apparent, so it's not like I'm cheating by turning up the brightness. It's just so that you all can see what I can see. I know. Here's the thing. He, I think, is supposed to be your clue that maybe there's even more guys hiding down here, which is what I know already to be the truth. I think there's another guy. Yeah, I'm only this fucking encounter. Yeah, there's a third guy who's hiding over here. Oh, come on! Oh, brutal. Oop, stamina. Yeah. The whole gang is here now, folks. Okay. That's one. Fortunately, these are non-respawning enemies, so to a degree, you only really need to kill one of them. Ooh, oh, God damn it, square again. Ooh, that's gonna really mess with me, huh? Ooh, I didn't think it would get me that bad. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. There we go. Let's pop another one. Ooh, okay, he's got moves too. Luckily his buddy seems to not be following him up here for some reason. This is actually very rare. Oh, come on. It's very rare to be able to separate them effectively like this. Oh. Okay, let's see if I can just pulverize this guy. Oh, and there he is, yeah. See, this is what happens usually. I wasted my opportunity here, possibly. Oh, where did it... Oh, and there he is, yeah. Okay. Ooh, God, I hate the Beast Boys. I hate the Beast Boys. Whoop. Oh, well, okay, I guess we're going down here. No, he's too fast for that. Okay. Ooh. Oh, he dropped something. Shit. Okay, hold on. I actually want that item, so we're gonna give him the old loop-de-loop and grab that item. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, Madman's Knowledge. Come on. Like I need more of that. Okay. What I really want to do is... Oh, God, I really squandered an opportunity here. Oop. Okay. Back. There we go. I really squandered. I hate the Beast Boys. Honestly, I feel like I adapted to Armored Core very quickly and easily. I think because my hands are so big that pressing square for dodge actually feels more natural. And now I'm having trouble adapting back because I have to hold my hand in kind of an awkward. It's just my thumbs just reach square easier than circle. I really would love to not spend any more. I don't think there's any way around it. I forget if they probably heal, right? Ooh. And let's get out, yeah. Although he's not healing. Oh, very wise, very wise. Okay, you are simply pissing me off. Oop, no, I can't be doing that. Okay, well, I don't mind that. Ugh, and he's full beast mode now. Oh, he's actually hurt. Okay. He's weak. Okay, Beast Boy is weaker than I remembered. Oh, except for, yeah, he's DPS, though, is the thing. Ooh, get out, get out. Heal, out, and heal. Okay. Okay, we're doing okay here, honestly. Ooh, ow, don't get greedy. We're doing okay here. Look at these numbers here. Ooh, lucky boy. Lucky. Ooh, oh, okay. Gotcha. Let's heal. Back. Looks like it's just you and me, friendo. Oop. And then there was one. Okay, well, that wasn't bad. Okay. Honestly, Claw Mark, awesome. That was one of the things I was worried about, is coming back to this game and immediately facing those 3 NPCs. That wasn't bad, folks. Honestly, AC6 may have served me well. It confused my memory as far as buttons go, but that felt pretty good. I will say again, I've said this before, I'll say it again, the Kirk hammer really gets it done. Oh god, I hate these guys. Remember how there were pigs here before and I was like, oh, I hate the pigs. Well, now we got a whole other mess to deal with, so that's fun. I think AC6, this is for those of you who aren't fans of the franchise, that I'm speaking about Armored Core 6. I think there's a lot of, are you gonna try to shoot me again? There's a lot of transferable skills, I think. So even though I haven't been playing Bloodborne lately, I feel like the, oh, those guys do drop blood vials. Okay, perfect. There's a lot you can carry forward. Oh my god. Did I just walk right up to this guy and not realize there was an enemy in front of me? It's because I was looking down there. I was looking down here at all of these corpse piles. You see that in the distance there? Not fun. I don't like the corpse piles. Oh, hey. This is the part where I actually don't totally remember which bell-ringing woman controls which spawns or whatever. Yeah, there's another one of them. So actually, while we're here, let's just get a good look at this guy. Not the best perspective, but you can kind of see what's going on here from here, which is Okay, we got a bunch of bodies all fused together. It looks like at one point, possibly, there's a box, like a wooden crate on the ass end of this thing, which to me always felt like, okay, did they just like cram all these bodies inside that box and do some wizarding on it, and now it's just they did some necromancy on it and now it's just like a weird monster? Is that guy not just in Elden Ring? Yes, this is very, very Limgrave. Yeah. This is very, very what do they call them? Like the spider or chrysalid. I forget what I forget which is which, or like what they call the big like grafted creatures. But yeah, this is like the proto version of that in my mind, very much so. Oh, we got another. Oh, and this is interesting. Look at that. I actually forgot about this. I don't know if I can get a good view of this with the monocular, but that's one of the bad guys at the like lying dead. That's what that item is. Grafted Sion, maybe. That's one of those, the corpse of one of those bag guys, who, if you recall, originally bagged us and brought us to Yargul to begin with. That's how we explored this area before, because it wasn't reachable by any path from the exterior. The fact that that guy is now just like lying dead on the ground, Limgrave equals Limgrave. Yeah, I feel like that's got to be part of the joke with Limgrave and Elden Ring. The fact that one of those bag men is lying dead on the ground next to one of these gigantic abominations. This is another thing that, like, I don't know exactly how to interpret this, because the bagmen definitely are, you know, members of the Yargul Unseen village population, right? They work for, they're the ones who brought bodies here for some sort of unspeakable bullshit or whatever, right? But now it seems like they all got killed, possibly by the experiments that were conducted using the bodies that they brought here or something. I'm honestly not like totally sure. Yeah, a little bit of restructuring. The org changed a little bit, new management and so forth. Okay, and here's another connection that we didn't have accessible to us before. This is an earlier part of the newer part of Yargul that we've already. So if I head up, where is it? Here. After we defeated Rom, this is like more or less where we first appeared in Yargul. We had also been at the bottom of that elevator before when we got bagged. Oops. So now we're connecting, even more so, we're connecting these two areas. Okay, well that's quite enough. I am going to go back to the Hunter's Dream real quick, just to replenish my vials. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. Where do I want to be? I think this one. Yeah, but it's always good to, you can't let it go unremarked on. I understand now. Yeah. All right, so now we can just run right down here. Oh, I forgot. I actually kind of forgot about that, honestly. Actually, let's take out this belt. Oh, well, okay, I can summon that back. Oh. I thought you had seen that before, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I don't stream for particularly long, so I don't take breaks that often, but I should. I always relish the opportunity because I do like my break card for obvious reasons. Yeah, something that is super easy to miss is there's a secret, semi-secret place where you can jump off that elevator over here. Oh, God. Nope. Okay. Oh, my God. There we go. All right, and that takes us... Oh, is there... Oh, hey. Get over here. Two chunks. Don't mind that. Okay. Nice and easy now. So you'll notice this creature has the moveset of the scary werewolf creatures we saw before, but this one is some sort of disgusting flesh flesh golem stitched together from the bodies of seemingly half a dozen humans. So that's what we're dealing with now, folks, is abominations. Regarding the dead bad guys, I read this as indicating that with the new world state, they now have all the bodies they need. Well, I don't think there's any arguing that they have all the bodies they need. We're about to see some pretty definitive evidence of that in a few moments here, probably. What we got here? Some statues. And oh, what's this? Inspect bath. Sure. All right. Well, you know, could have been a lot worse, you know. Inspect bath, and you get transported somewhere else. That could have worked out a lot worse. So what can you say? Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Don't blink. Oh! Okay. Never mind. Ooh, and back. Okay, we're gonna... Come on, attack. Attack. Not like that. Ooh, nope. Oh, okay. Oh, no, no, no. There we go. Okay. Blood vials, love it. Bloodstone. Hey, that guy's on break. Look, you can still get killed by a hunter on your union mandated break. Check the bylaws, it's in there. Oh, what the hell? Oh, he respawned, sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Forget what all is in here. Oh, it's a guy who wants to shoot me directly in the face. I probably should have assumed as much. There we go. Yeah, Bloodborne is a pretty good game. Blood gem, nice. Huh. Now, you know, what are the chances this is just some elaborate statuary? I mean, this definitely isn't a bunch of actual human bodies that got, you know, petrified and encrusted into a wall, right? Because that would be a little gruesome. I don't know if I want to tangle with the kind of people who would just kind of, you know, petrify a bunch of bodies into a wall and whatnot. Oop, that one snuck up behind the other one. Haha! 1 hit point. Oh, 0 hit points. See, there's a fine line between 1 hit points and 0 hit points. Yeah, the only one that matters is the last one. It matters a lot. Those guys suck, yeah. There is kind of an order, I feel like, that you can take them out that mostly protects you, but I have forgotten that order, so we're gonna figure that out. We have, I think I dropped about 40k echoes though, so I do kind of want to go back and get those. Now here's the trick. The trick is not falling in the pit. There we go. Because it's quite dark in that elevator chamber, and it is very easy to fall in the pit. Okay. And back in the bath we go. Yeah, the big corpse pile enemies are they're not that tough in terms of hit. They're not like, you know, one hit enemies or anything, but they're not that tough. The thing is, they move faster than you might think, and they have a pretty brutal ranged attack that is kind of a pain in the butt. So you can't use the kind of tactics where, like, you know, you pull one enemy off and fight them, and then, you know, so on and so forth. Cool. Okay. You kind of have to have a plan for all of them. Oh, I'm stuck on geometry. Okay. You're not gonna attack me? Ugh. There we go. You got anything for me? I can't describe the degree to which I don't need twin bloodstone shards. Would that I could sup on bloodstone shards in lieu of blood vials. Hello, Pimsy. Welcome to the chat. We're playing a little Bloodborne. Oh. I've made a mistake. Where are my echoes? Probably up the... yeah, they're there. Okay. Let's get the echoes first. There we go. I have. I've never beaten the game. Really? Okay. I've never beaten the game. I have played this part before, though. Basically, the idea with this stream series is I haven't beaten it, and I do want to beat the game. And I have a number of friends who also are interested in the game, but they either don't have a PlayStation or they aren't, you know, they like watching, or like they're interested in the lore of Souls games, but don't necessarily want to play them themselves. And so this is kind of my way of like killing two birds with one stones. Me finishing the game, but also kind of giving everyone a chance to play along, so to speak. And see everything for themselves. Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought I missed him. Oh, God. Top off and get back in the bath. I really, at this point, I kind of just want to grab the... I need to focus on just getting out of that little area where all the what do we call them, those corpse piles, where all those guys are, because I really just need to get those echoes back to the dream so that I can spend them on something and have the rest of this fight be a little bit lower stakes. Blood vials, perfect. So yeah, I mean, this is something I've said before as well, but like, this is the part of the game where I start to, I personally usually start to have problems with blood vials. You'll notice I'm still getting blood vials, but it's at a much, like if you go back and kind of check, it's at a much more, it's a much slower clip than earlier parts of the game. And so it can be a little bit of a problem. If you continue, you're kind of forced either to one, oop, got him, okay. Do more farming than you probably have before, or use fewer blood vials than you have before. Either will work theoretically, but you know, in my experience, for myself, I usually end up, you know, backed into a wall in terms of just having to do a little bit more farming towards the end of the game. 56k, okay. Sure, we got another one of these guys. Individually, these guys aren't too bad. It's really like over down that way where there's a bunch of them, and I think there's a group of them at the other end of this street as well. Where they, yeah, there they are down there. When they're grouped together like this, that's kind of when they become more of a problem. Before we head back, I think there was one more. Oh, fuck this guy. Let's kill this guy first. And you, lady, gotta go. Okay. And then, yeah, let's try to kill this one and grab that item, and then let's head back to the dream and spend some of these echoes, and then I'm actually not totally sure what these things do. I'm always too scared of them to like interact with them. They seem like bombs or something. I don't really know what they do. In past playthroughs, I've just avoided them. They might just be torches for all I know. Yeah, see, if you get one of those guys unawares, you can kind of just take them. Chunks, awesome. I think I can also upgrade the Kirk hammer again. Let's find out. Let's head back. Over here, I think. Oh, wait. Ooh, do I get a little bit greedy and try to grab that other item over there? Let's see. Does the bone iron work on them? Which item is that? It does something with the plants, but I don't remember this part of the game. Not sure what. Maybe it lures... Oh. I don't remember exactly... I have only the vaguest recollection of the... Oh, the... Shaman, are you talking about the... God, oh, of course, yep. Mm-hmm. See, this is why you don't get greedy, folks. This is, you know, case study. Oh, okay. Shaman Bone Blade, is that what we're talking about? I think that works on everything. I honestly don't even know if I have any of those in my inventory. That's like a really rare item, at least in my experience. I don't know if there's a way to farm those. I would love to know, honestly, if there is, because it's very... Oh, come on! Oh, it doesn't kill me. Wow, I can get eaten and not die? Alright. You know what? I'm not going to ask any questions. Oh, okay. I'm not asking any questions. Oh, come on! I wanted I had item fever. Y'all know this about me. I get item fever. I just want those items. I can't see an item and just turn away. What am I supposed to do? Oh, can you mash out of that? I did not know. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah. Watch it be Madman's knowledge. You know what? It very well might be, and we're all gonna, you know, we're all just going to have to take that in stride, is what I'll say. We're all just gonna have to take that in stride, because we all know it's a possibility. Got any bolts from? Okay, 2 hits for those guys. I want to... Some of them are 2 and some are 3, so sometimes I'm swinging 3 times even though I don't actually need to. Okay, you know what? Oh, God, I really want that item though. You know what? We're over 60k. I'm gonna be a good boy. I'm gonna go back to the dream. We can get the item. We can get the item next time. I know some of you are saying, I bet he won't get that item. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Don't you worry. First things first, let's... Because I think I only needed one more chunk to upgrade. Yeah. 2 + 9. Yeah, here we go. And yes, so the +10 upgrade is the highest level for a weapon in Bloodborne. It requires a blood rock, of which, per playthrough, you can only get 2. There's 1 in the main game and 1 in the DLC. So you can only upgrade 2 weapons per playthrough to +10. Everything else, all the other upgrade mats are farmable. Is it Bloodstone? Blood Rock, not Bloodstone Rock. Blood Rock is the only upgrade mat in this game that you cannot farm. I mean, why not? I don't think I've picked up any new oh Jesus. Never mind. I have picked up a much better Bloodstone gem. I stand completely and absolutely corrected. Okay. Fire attack, don't care. Yeah, okay, don't care. Okay, I think we're still good here. Okay. Type. Okay, that still leaves us a tidy sum with which to level up. I bet this will be about a level and a half, I think. I don't really remember where we left off in terms of... oh, close to 2 levels. Okay, much closer to 2 levels than I thought we would be. Ooh, look at that. Man, strength is still doing it for us, huh? Okay. Alright, and I need about 5k, let's say.
Farewell, good may you.
Let's see if I remember which one of these corresponds to which amount. Let's pop a 7. What's that? 2,000? 8. Perfect.
Welcome. What is it? Very well. Let me stand close.
I'm a big fan of vibes-based cold blood consumption. You know, whatever feels right. A 7 and an 8, that felt right. Okay, there we go. Okay, 573 blood echoes. That's an amount that I'm comfortable letting go of. If we lose that, I think I can still sleep at night. I think I'll be okay. All right, and you know what that means. Back to more items, you know? The core gameplay loop for me is items. I want more. I always want more. Always want more. And what better place to test out our new damage dealing capacity than on those big, disgusting corpse piles? I can't imagine a better test bed. Oh, those guys, Bell Maidens are 2 hits now as well. So those before those upgrades and additional level. 1 hit for that guy, okay. Bell Maidens were 3 hits. So we're doing, already feeling the difference, feeling those gains. Let's take this guy out. I love feeling the gains. I was kind of hoping I wouldn't have to deal with him busting out of here. Where's the, how close do I need to get? Very close. I need to get very close. There we go. So much smoother that time. 2 bloodstone chunks. Well, I guess I don't really need those right now, but it was better than Madman's knowledge at least. Oh, come on. There we go. Those guys have... Do those guys drop anything? Okay, what do I want to do here? Do I even need antidote right now? Probably not. Where are my pebbles? Or I guess I could throw... I guess I have 20 pebbles, yeah. Alright, sometimes the old tricks are the best. You know? What's better than Pebble? All my Pebble fans. Pebble fans in the chat. Shout it out. Works just as well at level 1 as it does at level 70 or whatever we're at. Oh, come on, don't. There we go. Oh, that was the last one. Wait. I thought it... Huh. Okay. Do I trust it? Was that actually the last one? Or is this yet another devious trap? Also, wait, is there not another item over? Did I do all of that for nothing? Come on. I think if you haven't been to Yargul earlier in the game, I think there was an item over there. I may have done all that for basically no reason, though. Is there nothing over here? Well, I did it for the echoes, right? Yeah, let's just see what I can do with these. Oh my god. That did something. That hurt me. Oh, it hurts me. Yeah, I don't know if it does anything. I think it says something. Wait, really? Where? Do I need to not attack it? Do I need to... I'm not getting a prompt. Is it, maybe it's a different one? Could be misremembering. Like I said, I've never even tried to interact with them because I assumed they exploded. Just something about the visual language here feels like something that would explode if you walked too close to it. I did expect something other than just getting a little bit of damage, though. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with those ones. This note we read a long time ago. Behold a pale blood sky. This is one of the very few references to pale blood or pale blood sky outside of the very beginning of the game, which is, you know, why I call this out again. It is kind of an important... I mean, who the hell knows what pale blood is actually, but this is like whichever way you want to slice it, this is an important part of the puzzle simply because it mentions the word pale blood. So behold a pale blood sky. There you go. And that note is the same regard as, yeah, that note is, and there's another, there is another note inside. I also just remembered that there's an optional boss we didn't do earlier in the game that we could do now. I don't think we'll do that right now. How long have I been going? A little over an hour. There's another optional boss that we should do at some point because it's cool. But not right now. Oh! That's not a witch. There used to be... Oh, okay. Bye. Excuse me, just passing through. There's another note down here that I think is there regardless of world state. Oh, okay. Let's go read that again as well. Oh, come on. You know what? There you go. Have that. Have a bullet. I wish I could do Crocodile Dundee voice. I don't think I have it in me. Oh, there's another item back here. Oh, so okay. I skipped revisiting some of these areas down here because yeah, so that's the exit to the optional boss that I mentioned a second ago. Chunk. Let's just do a sweep through all these areas back here. So there might be new goodies for us back here. But yeah, somewhere down here I think is another note that is, you know, pretty important in the grand scheme of things in terms of lore hunting. And it is also here, I believe, regardless of world state. Ooh, can I sneak up on this guy? I love playing Bloodborne like it's a stealth game. Nope, sure can't. Bloodborne is like, to me, is like Hitman, where like you're like, ooh, I bet I can sneak up on this guy and do this and this and this, and then it doesn't work out, and you just end up like shooting a machine gun at like 5 dudes. Here it is. Madmen toil surreptitiously in rituals to beckon the moon, uncover their secrets. And crucially, this is like right next to where, so when you get bagged, you get taken to this cell right here. And so this is like probably one of the first things you see. And more broadly, like you're led to believe that all of the kidnapped people are brought to this general area. So that note could have been written by someone working with the School of Mensis or the Bagmen or someone along those lines, but it also could have just been written by a prisoner, and it feels like the tone of maybe it was written by a prisoner, because we know that or you know, I get the impression that the so-called madmen are the School of Mensis, basically. So just another little tidbit of lore for you, for anyone trying to follow along. Killing Parl is what makes it possible. Yep. Yeah, so that optional boss, I again mentioned many moons ago that it's possible to become or befriend Jura, who's in Old Yarnum, if you remember me getting shot approximately 100 million times directly in the face and chest by a machine gun. That was Jura. You might be wondering, Moon, if someone shot you about 100 million times in the face and chest with a machine gun, why would you want to be friends with them? And all I have to say to that is, you know, that's Bloodborne, baby. So, yeah. Those were the days, yeah. Oh, come on. Yeah, okay. Here we go. This is what I wanted. There we go. That's one down. Oh, come on. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Let's run for this little corner. And oh, that's what I didn't want. That's what I didn't want. Okay, there we go. Let's go up here. Oh, okay, sure. Now it's finished. I love that like all these guys from the juice dimension or whatever still really care about the fact that Yharnam is going down the tubes, going straight down the toilet. Are they even from here? Are they even real? Who knows? They still really care about the state of the city, the local politics, and so forth. And you know what? I think that's all right. I respect that. Every motherfucker living out in the suburbs. Yeah, I think they do get a little weaker after their Chime Maiden dies, because I'm killing them in one hit. It takes like 2 hits before the Chime Maiden dies, and then once they've been dejuiced, it's 1 hit. Who is just shooting me? Oh, over there. Okay. Okay, what's the item? Everyone, hold on a second. Item. Frenzied Cold Blood 8. Okay, perfect. Okay. Can I sneak around? Oh, there's another one over there. Okay. A thing that sticks out to me with regard to Behold a Pale Blood Sky note is how, IMO at least, it's ambiguous which phase of the night it refers to. Definitely, yeah. So the fact that it's already there earlier in the night, yep, definitely is interesting. Raises some questions as to, again, it adds even more layers of ambiguity as to what the hell is anyone talking about when they say pale blood. Oh, come on. Okay, there's that one. You don't like, we'll get to this in a second, you don't like super have to clear out this whole area, but I try to clear out every area at least once, just to like make sure I get everything. Oh. Damn bodies. Ooh, ow, oh. Just to make sure I get everything. There's a little bit of a shortcut to all this if you want to skip all this. We'll get to that. I think, I'm trying to remember, I think there is one more reference to Pale Blood before the end of the game. I can't remember where it is though, so I'll have to keep an eye out for it, or maybe to look it up so that we don't miss it. But yeah, it is one of those interesting things because like there are like 3, I think, references to it pretty early on in the game, and then it doesn't get brought up again for like a really long time. Just one of those things in in a Soulsborne game. The quest you're given at the very beginning of the game turns out to only be a very small portion of what's going on. And also, maybe you never even understand exactly what it meant to begin with. Alright, let's take out... you. And grab your bullets. And... get rid of the rest, or the other sniper over here. Ooh. Right off the bat, huh? That's how, okay. Nope. Oh, come on. How did I not get that visceral though, man? That's how it be. Sometimes. I'm sure if Clem was here, they'd say something along the lines of, that's why parrying sucks, because you can get the opportunity to parry and still, due to some vagary of the game system, not actually land the visceral. I'm trying to remember, there's the intro cutscene dialogue, the seek pale blood to transcend the hunt note, and then this, oh my god, okay, fine. So the first time you talk to Gilbert also, he doesn't actually say anything. All he says is he doesn't know what pale blood is. But that's the other time that phrase gets used is, I think the first time you talk to him, the dialogue is like, oh, I've never heard of that, but then again, I'm an outsider like you, so I don't know everything, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. He's the one who's like, oh, but you know what? You should go to the Grand Cathedral, because if anybody knows what the hell you're talking about, it'd be someone up there. And then you get there, and Vicar Amelia tries to kill you, and it turns out you don't really get any of the answers you're looking for. But that's life, am I right? There we go. That wasn't so hard, was it? Okay. That's enough out of you. Okay, what do I want to do here? Because I think I know what I want to do. We'll start from the back. I'll do it in reverse order. So this is the shortcut that you can kind of do. So you take the bath teleporter, for lack of a better word. Then there's this ladder here that drops you off here, and then you can jump down here, and then you're kind of past all those guys at this point. Here's the thing, I don't think I'm missing anything over here. So this might be slightly a waste of time, but... oh, they do drop stuff. What do they drop? Bludgeoning, okay. come over here. Let's get you around the corner maybe, or further down the road. There we go. I didn't even have to dodge that. Okay. One more. One more. Okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah, okay. So let's take a quick peek around now. Oh, there's one more. Okay. Like I said, I don't really remember anything being over here, but I really want to check. Again, more of these weird petrified people, seemingly. What's going on there is anybody's guess. People seemingly trying to climb the exterior of these structures. There's a very kind of like, you know, Hiroshima, Nagasaki kind of vibe to some of this stuff. Obviously, you know, the structure of the body is preserved here, but just like feels visually using the same kind of like, you know, leaves the same kind of visual impression, which is like someone in the middle of living, and just like in a single flash they're just gone, and now they're just a part of the scenery or what have you. It's implied you asked, yeah. So when you speak to Gilbert, it's implied that you're fresh from Yusufka's. You've kind of been told by whoever you know the guy in the cutscene is to look for this stuff, and he speaks to you as though you've just asked him a direct question about Pale Blood. Anything over here? No. Okay. I think that pretty much finishes off this area in terms of item goblining. Oh right, who can we summon here? Defector on Tall. Interesting. What does that note say? Remember reinforcements, caller, and may the good blood guide your way. Okay. I like that. May the good blood guide your way. So, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna... This isn't much of a spoiler to say we're about to walk into a boss fight. 16, that's about half a level. I could crush Cold Blood to get me up over the line. Let's just go back and do it, because why not? What's the fastest way back up there? This guy will not leave me alone. He's always rushing down here to greet me. Wait. No, because that'll just take me to where the that hole in the wall in the elevator. I can't actually grab the elevator from there, so I need to go around this way. Yeah, let's do that. Oh boy, it feels good to be back. Back in Bloodborne. Whoop. There we go. I'm glad I took a little break, but it feels good to be back. Yeah, I know you're there. There's our elevator. Thanks, Sawyer. Oh, here it is. All right. Yeah, so we need about 15-ish thousand a level up, I think. And then we'll head into the next boss. So this is the first required boss we've done in a while now. Because we've been doing so much optional stuff. I gotta wake the doll up.
Welcome home, good hunter. I must have drifted off.
You sure did.
What is it you desire? Very well, let me...
Okay, so she wants, yeah, 34,000. Okay.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking.
Yeah, the main path is a lot more straightforward, I feel like, while you're playing. But I've been taking a very circuitous route through the game. So let's see how much this is. 8K. So the thing about Bloodborne that's a little bit different than some other Soulsborne games is like there are so many in the main game. There are so many completely optional areas, and this is like not unheard of. But usually it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more.
Welcome home, good
you know,
hunter.
maybe there's one kind of optional area, but it's a little bit smaller. It kind of has the feel of an optional area.
Very well.
Whereas in Bloodborne
become
just
your
gives you
strength.
in the main game
Let me stand.
some pretty chunky optional areas, and it does it frequently, like from near the beginning of the game, straight on through to the end. So it's just it's a funny game like that. If you really want to see everything, you end up spending quite a while off of the main or the critical path. Do I want more endurance? I feel like I'm doing okay on endurance. Let's get strength up to 50, and then we'll start putting more into skill. It's hard to turn down the bigger damage boost, even though the thing about skill, and I've said this before, skill contributes more to your visceral damage. So I would love the excuse to put more into skill just to boost the visceral damage. I do like doing parries and viscerals and all that stuff, and you get more bang for your buck for those with skill than strength. Okay, so where are we going now? Unseen Village. Ebrietas, yeah, so Castle Canehurst, completely optional. Ebrietas, and the entire Upper Cathedral Ward, completely optional. Those are the two like big. Nightmare Frontier is another big, completely optional area that we did relatively recently. Obviously, the DLC is all completely optional in terms of main game stuff. We haven't done any optional in terms of completing the DLC stuff. if you think of the DLC as its own kind of critical path, we haven't done any optional DLC stuff. But yeah, we've been up to our eyeballs in optional content for a while now. Yeah, if you mainline this game, it's not that long, but there's tons of other stuff to do. All of which I think you're served well by pursuing. I think you get a pretty, not that it's not a complete game if you just do the critical path, but there's so much additional stuff happening in the optional areas and the optional bosses that I think you get a very abridged version of Bloodborne if you don't do at least some of the optional stuff. So this is what I'm talking about when I say there's like a shortcut past all that stuff. You can walk right, if you know that path, you can walk right past all those guys. And this is, sorry to reiterate so many things during this episode, but like this is something that I've harped on many times before. Some people will tell you to, you know, there's lots of stuff you can just sprint past in this game, and that's sort of true, but I feel like this is a perfect example of like where that strategy doesn't really serve you well, because if you're just sprinting through here, you probably don't realize that there's a teleporter you can get to very close to a lantern, and then that takes you to another place where you can drop down and kind of get past all the enemies. If you're just sprinting through this area, you're not taking it all in, you're not getting a lay of the land, you're probably putting yourself in a much more difficult position than if you figure out the shortcut through this area. Yeah, critical path is quicker, but it's definitely put together in a way that you're gonna end up doing at least some of the stuff that's technically optional. Yeah, I mean, Cleric Beast is technically optional, but you'll almost certainly do that. Old Yarnum, again, technically completely optional, but I don't think I've ever seen anyone skip it, even if it's their like first playthrough, just because the game kind of guides you down there. Forsaken Castle Canehurst is a little bit more obscure. I wouldn't be surprised if most people kind of miss that unless they're looking for it. That's a lot of bells. Yes, Emily. Huh. My guy's looking a little goopy. Is that normal? The One Reborn. Where am I going here? Oh boy, here's where I really wish I remembered the layout of this arena. Yeah. Okay, seriously, where am I going here? Ah, here we go. Okay. Whew. All right. Yeah, the One Reborn. Mm-hmm. Yep. Ugh. Eat shit. Okay. What do we got here? Quicksilver bullets. I'm sure those will come in handy. Yeah, so if you thought the other body piles or whatever we're calling those guys were, you know, if you thought that was something, well, here's the One Reborn. Okay. No, what's this now? I don't care. I don't care for that. I don't think that's necessary. Whoop. Okay. Oh, he's stepping on me. He's doing a big steppy. Oh, are you sleeping? Is he chilling? Whoa. Oh god. None of that. None of that. I don't like that. Oh, what's happening? Heal. Yeah. Oh, he's vomiting. Oh, he's doing the big vomit. He's doing the big vomit. Okay. He did the big vomit. Okay, let's not lock on. I don't think that's helping me. Oh. He wants to put body parts on me. Don't know why. Oh, stop that. Disgusting. Ooh, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of disgustingness happening in this battle. If you up till this point have been thinking, you know, the School of Mensis, maybe they have some good points. Who knows? I would like to hear them out. If you've been of that mindset up until now. I feel like this is the part where you start to think, you know what? Maybe we don't really need to hear them out. Maybe they've disqualified themselves from leadership. Maybe this isn't the direction that Yerna needs to go in. You know, maybe. I don't know. You know, I don't think this is a sustainable political platform. That's just me. Oh, ouch, and heal. Okay. I don't see a future in it. Oh, is he gonna blow up again? Oh, okay. Yeah, so I think Emily asked me if this is the first time I'm playing Bloodborne since playing Demon Souls, because the One Reborn is usually kind of interpreted as a sort of joke about the Tower. Is it the Tower Knight? I'll let him cook. The Tower Knight in Demon Souls, which is a pretty well-known. Oh, get me out of here. boss in in Demon Souls, which is basically a gigantic kind of like iron golem type of thing that I guess I won't spoil it. Well, I guess you know what? Spoilers for the Tower Knight, a relatively early boss in Demon Souls, but basically you come on. Basically, you have to attack its feet to disable it. There's other strategies, but that's kind of the main one, and deal real damage to it. It also has a number of additional like support. Ouch. Like archers in the arena to help it, essentially. Much like this one, where there's those charm maidens or bell maidens. But I said it was a joke because Tower Knight is like you have to attack the feet to disable or like to you know, make it vulnerable and deal real damage to it. And the One Reborn is like 90% feet. So that's kind of like why that is interpreted as a joke, because it's like, oh haha, they set up a very similar fight to Demon Souls with an enemy that is like 90% feet. So you're always attacking the feet, basically, is the idea. Ooh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, get me out. Oh, okay. Sorry for all those horrible noises, but I almost died just now. Oh, get me out. Okay. I got greedy, folks. I did it. I love to do it. I'll do it again. Let's just top off. Okay, I just need a couple more good hits. Give me a freaking break here. There we go. Yellow backbone, there we go. I love how much I love how much From likes to revisit and reinterpret their own Yep. Mm-hmm. It's one of the best things about playing all these games. Is it's good just on its face, but once you understand the little like jokes or Easter eggs, if you want to call them that, it becomes even better, because it's like, oh haha, I see what you did there. And usually it's not stuff that's like in there just to be in there for the most part. You know, Dark Souls 3 notwithstanding, but it's like actually kind of like clever stuff with like more than, you know, with some layers going on. Okay, so let's just talk about what just happened there, because that was crazy, guys. So we had those Chime Maidens who we've seen summoning townsfolk and other creatures from the Juice Realm, what we've been calling the Juice Realm. What we saw in here in that opening cutscene was a number of those Chime Maidens working together, seemingly, to summon, you know, a big, weird eldritch cloud appeared over the moon that seemed to reach into the cosmos. And from that, all that goo and the One Reborn, which seemed to be a creature, an amalgamation of a number of human bodies or something, humanoid at least, got spat out of that hole in the cosmos, or hole to the cosmos. And what does it all mean, folks? Well, you know, I think we can connect some dots here, which is to say, we know that the Bagmen of Yargul have been collecting people We heard from that nun or whatever, I forget her name, the one who's currently residing in the Odin Chapel. She told us that there were lots of people in that prison and they were slowly taken away for some reason. Well, we've seen lots of creatures seemingly amalgamated from bodies, so I don't think it's too much of a jump to say that the School of Mensis or somebody operating in Yargul was speaking of from traditions, love to fight a guy made of guys. Yep. I don't think it's too much of a jump to say that, you know, some of those body pile enemies were probably amalgamations of prisoners taken by the Bagmen to Yargul from the rest of Yarnum and from probably the surrounding, you know, the people of the Forbidden Woods and whoever else is around the city. Is the One Reborn of the same kind, or is it something else entirely? I think it's of the same kind, just a difference in scale or magnitude or whatever. I think they created this creature out of an amalgamation of bodies, but that also raises the thing that problematizes that interpretation is like, well, why are they summoning it from the cosmos or the juice dimension or wherever they summon things from? I don't really know. Did they send the bodies into a portal and now they're bringing it back, hoping that it's been imbued with some power? I don't really know. If it's not of the same kind as those lesser amalgamation enemies, then what is it? Why does it look like them? I don't know. This is one of those things where, like, I have the outline of an interpretation, but I don't know that I have all the answers there. And there's definitely things that complicate that interpretation. So yeah. But you know, nonetheless, I think the thing we can all agree on is that the One Reborn is disgusting and better left out in space, floating around somewhere. But that leaves us with what looks like another, not a grand cathedral, but some sort of cathedral happening, cathedral-like situation happening here. So let's see what's going on in here. Actually, what's my time at? We're almost at 9, so perfect. Okay. It's grand to me, yeah. We've got some spooky statues out here. Okay. We've been seeing these guys all over the place, but not as many as this. You know, the walls are lined with these guys in here. Look at all of them. Let's see those notes. Have audience with scoundrel and treat sanity with care. Will do, friend. Yeah, so there's like an almost like academic looking you know, lecturing hall or amphitheater or something here. And then on this little pedestal here we have the individual that they seem to all be looking at. An interesting note, this is actually something that I'm noticing here for the first time, I think. He appears to be in the Bergenworth student garb. Let's actually or one version of the Bergenworth student garb. Yeah, student uniform. Yeah, he appears to be in something very, very similar at the least to the Bergenworth student garb. Yeah, almost exactly. Which is the first time I think we've seen anyone wearing that outside of outside of Bergenworth, I think. Let's put on Hunter garb again. Inspect mummy. Hold on, I missed some. More like the one unborn. Yep. Got him. Oh, that's a mummy. Yeah, not a guy. Well, you know, dialectics. A mummy can be a guy, right? Back me up on this one, Emily. Let's inspect, shall we? Oh, huh. Lecture building. Back in our old haunts, the Bergenworth Lecture Building. So maybe that... A mummy could be a guy. Thank you, Emily. So maybe that, you know, explains why that guy was in Bergenworth Garb. We're back at school. Summer's over. But this time we're on the second floor. Look at that. So before we were able to get to the first floor of the Bergenworth Lecture Building, now we're on the second floor, which was we could kind of see it was up there, but we couldn't get to it. So this is new, and we've got more of these little slug men. Oh, you don't stun so easily, do you? Okay. Okay. Ooh, item. Bullets. But I think I will call it there because we're coming up on 2 hours. And I also got to empty my pockets of echoes. Let's finish up by leveling up one more time, and then we'll call it a night. Next time, I do kind of want to get back to DLC content.
Welcome. What is it? Very well.
For some reason, I'll talk about that in a second. Let's level up real quick. Yep. Okay. Do you have anything new to say?
Hunter, your presence somehow soothes. I sense the ancient echoes. They course your veins.
Is that
Farewell, good. May
a good
you
thing?
find...
Do we think that's a good thing? Okay, so we have a few things we could do. Yeah, I'll call it there. We have a few things we could do next time. We do have, like I was talking about before, we do have that optional boss through the hole in the Yargul prison, which we could go do and talk to Jura again. We could just go straight into the lecture hall. We could go back to the DLC. The next DLC, or rather the first required DLC boss, is very challenging by any measure. I think is fair to say. That said, it would feel good to get it out of the way. Huh. The thing about that though is that might turn into like a 2-episode long thing like Abriatas. I think next time we'll go do the optional boss in Yargul, because I'm over leveled for that by now, frankly, and it'll probably be pretty easy. Talk to Jura, tie up that loose end, and then do... I want to do the next part of the DLC before the next mainline required boss. But there's more. I mean, there's the lecture hall, obviously, which we just saw, and then there's some more stuff after that we can kind of take out, or at least, peek our heads into. And maybe get... I want to do at least another episode before launching into another, boss fight saga. Because genuinely, I mean, as hard as the main game is, the DLC is pretty punishing. And the next boss took me a long time the first time. And I anticipate a similar experience, this time around as well. So yeah, let's try to do just like another non DLC episode next week, and then maybe we can jump back into the DLC. The reason I want to get to the DLC sooner rather than later, though, is because the next big area of the DLC ties back into the Upper Cathedral Ward, and the Abriatos stuff, and the whole area. It was even more so the Celestial Emissary, really ties pretty directly into all of that, and so I don't want to get too far away from that before heading back into the DLC. I really like the next DLC area. I really love the whole DLC, to be honest. It just intimidates me a little bit still, even having played most of it in the past. I think that sounds like a good plan, though. But yeah, that'll be next week. Is we'll just do some optional the optional boss, and then some more nightmare stuff. You would think that I would be more nervous about going back into the. I guess it is the Hunter's Nightmare that we're going back into in the DLC as well. So it is technically a nightmare, somebody's nightmare. But yeah. I'm also going to try to get back on top of the Saturday. It's all nightmares. Yeah. I'm trying to get back on the Saturday streams as well. If you missed me talking about this before, I think I'm going to stop doing the rotation, and just get through Dredge. I'm just going to keep playing Dredge on the Saturday streams, just because it became more of a problem than like a fun thing to only play each of those games like once every 3 weeks, basically. And have to remember where I left off and like the controls and all that stuff. So I'm just going to stick with Dredge from here on out until we finish it, and then switch to, I'll probably do Troika, not Troika, Chia next, and then Subnautica feels like a bigger investment, so I'll leave that one for last. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming out. It was really good to see everybody in chat again. I'm gonna again try to get back on schedule with everything, but yeah, it's always a delight to see everyone come out for these streams. If you are new to the streams, you can find all of my archives for the Bloodborne game, at least, on YouTube. Different Moon over there as well. There's some pretty good. I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but I think they're pretty good. I think they've been fun. You want to check those out. All the music on my streams is by Steviosphere, off the album Elevator Relaxation Tapes 1 through 4. You can find all of her music on Bandcamp. I think I already posted the link in the chat once during the break, but I'll post it again here in a second if you want to check it out. She just released some new music a few weeks ago that I haven't had a chance to check out yet, but it's all pretty good, so definitely give it a look. I think that'll be it for tonight. Thanks, everybody. Bye.